So you want to know more about the cultivator profile. Cultivators are a great energy. They come at this balance, moving from the sustaining energy, that grounded energy, into the tempering energy, into the more structure, process, the core energy that tempering brings to the Contribution Compass profiler. If you want to know more about the 4 energies, then watch the video on the Contribution Compass natural energies. But what does this mean for a cultivator? For a cultivator, it means that they've got this understanding of timing, but at the same time, this focus on system and process, on data and analysis. So while cultivators can bring this energy to the table of being the eternal pessimist, if they understand the value of that insight and they frame it in the right way for the people that they work with, they can hugely increase the value and the opportunities that the businesses and the organizations they work with face. So how to spot a cultivator is relatively easy, really. They have slow and meticulous speech. Every word is an asset that has to be used wisely. And they're the type of people found in the bargain hunting bins. In the context of their role, if it's as an entrepreneur, it'll be about buying another business, but making sure that they've been looking out for that bargain, often agnostic to what that business happens to be. Or if they're a member of your team, making sure that every cent is spent meticulously and that you're getting true value for the use of your organization's assets and resources. In your team, the role of a cultivator shows itself up as someone who's got a razor-sharp eye for detail. They're making sure that things are done the way they should be. They have a knack for process, and they want the process that's been agreed to be followed. They're the type of person that looks for how you can avoid risk and make sure the risks that the organization or the team or the business or you as an entrepreneur could face are avoided. They're great at project management and bringing that project management to life. So often in an organization, you'll see a cultivator show up in these sorts of areas of your business. Within our business, we have a number of cultivator profiles, and a couple of them are managers of particular parts of our business. And I find that they have this particular talent to be calm and realistic and make sure that we're staying on track with what is practical and possible. They also have this ability to manage their way out of complexity, to find the roadmap for us out of complexity without letting any of that complexity go or be lost in the process. And they also have this ability, this talent, to see the warning signs, the signals that there's going to be a problem and raise the flags early, raise the flags in a way in which is effective and engaging for the rest of the team. Although a custodian that doesn't fully appreciate their natural energy or hasn't learned to maximize the strength of their profile will raise those issues, those signals, those risks in a way that turns off other members of the team and makes the rest of the team feel as though the cultivator is always being negative and is a down and outer on any opportunity or plan the business has. A cultivator that's learned to maximize their natural energy, maximize their profile, is learned how to deliver the message, deliver that talent of being able to see those warning signs in a way that is engaging and enables the team to recognize the risk and then support the team to find a solution to avoid it. Cultivators can find challenge in being overly attached to the plan and to the protocols, and through doing that lose out on the tactical advantage that comes from making the decisions that are required in particular moments. Cultivators can also freeze up when the outcomes of a particular plan or situation or opportunity or decision are unknown. They can find it difficult to make a call because the future is unclear. Cultivators can also find challenge in not keeping the pressure on when it's necessary, not driving a process or a team or an activity to conclusion because the pressure is not kept on and the momentum gets lost. And so a cultivator who's really understood how to maximize their contribution has learned ways and found ways to ensure these challenges are overcome. If you're a cultivator, you should look to be involved in some of these areas. And if you have cultivators in your organization, you should look to involve them in some of these areas. Areas like project management, risk management, audit and risk activities, as well as things like planning, business planning. And in the context of investment analysis and decision making. You'll find a cultivator's natural energy comes to the fore when involved in these areas, also including quality control is an area that cultivators often find themselves excelling in. My advice to you as a cultivator is to ensure that you've mastered the art of not only understanding that there's a risk, seeing that risk in the future through that natural energy that you have, but finding an effective way of sharing that risk with the others on your team so that they know and appreciate the risk while also not being offended by the way you've brought it to the table. If you've got a cultivator on your team, ensure that you can find a role or a way to engage them that really brings out the skill that they have to support you to avoid risk and to manage projects in a way that delivers the most for the organization. Ultimately, if you want to understand more about how the cultivator really creates financial value for you as an organization or for you as a cultivator yourself, watch the video series on how to create value in your profile. All the best on your journey with the Contribution Compass.